Hi friends, it is July 1st, which means I will be going over all of the books that I read in the month of June. Now, there are only 10 books shown, but I finished 16 books for June 2026, a lot of which were Summerween reads. So this is going to be more mystery, thriller, horror, cozy fall vibes with a little bit of weird girl existential crisis books in the mix, and one of which was an arc for NetGalley. So I'm gonna make this quick. It is still a heat wave in the Midwest. My mom and potentially my nephew will be coming over, maybe to swim, but if not, just to chill and watch Golden Girls in the AC while I give some watermelon lunch, chocolate cake, and we just chill at home at my house. So here's the list. I tried to make this very simple. I'm going to go down the line. I am also going to share my top favorites after I just list off the books. So we have Salem's Lot by Stephen King, Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked, This Way Comes, Otesha Moshfegh's My Year of Rest and Relaxation, Margot's Got Money Troubles, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana, I believe is how you say her name. There's 2 books by Riley Sager, Final Girls and Survive the Night. We have Mary by Nat Cassidy, The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, which I just finished this one, and Mad Mabel, which was my book club pick for July by Sally Hepworth. Now, we also have Little Red Death, which was a NetGalley arc, Trad Wife by Saratoga Schaefer. We also have Night Bitch, Molka, and Johnny's Got His Gun. Now, some of these were letdowns, I'm not gonna lie, but for the most part, I really enjoyed the month. I feel like picking a theme really makes the reading flow better. It makes it easier for me to just pick a book off of my shelf or check a book out at the local library without feeling overwhelmed, because when I don't have a theme, it's almost like I'm just grasping at books, trying to be like this mood reader, and I end up starting something and then putting it down, starting something, putting it down, getting to chapter 5 and closing the book because I'm just not feeling it. So a tip would be to pick a theme for the month. I think that works really well. Now that can be anything. I've noticed a lot of people on Book Talk and BookTube doing, vampire theme or weird girl themes or haunted house themes or like womanhood and historical fiction. It's just a lot easier to do that. So I'm going to share my letdowns first. Sorry, just a second. It is so hot here. I have been drinking lots of water, and I'm not going to drink an Alani today. I'm going to drink one of my protein shakes. Too much energy drink in the heat just does not do well. So I had 2 major letdowns this month, or this past month. And the books weren't bad. It was just not what I expected, and I felt let down at the end of the book. The first of which was my most recent read, The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I'm not going to spoil anything. I did kind of rant about this a little bit on YouTube and yesterday on this platform and Instagram, but I gave the book 2.5 stars. And you guys know I keep it simple with my critiquing. I just really look at depth of characters, the plot and the ending, if they went well together or not, and if I felt immersed in the story. There have been books where I have hated characters, but they were written so well that I was still immersed and still wanted to find out what happened at the end, and it all came together. So that being said, 2.5 stars. It kind of unraveled for me. The ending didn't really work, in my opinion. I was not happy with the ending, so that kind of disrupts my rating. And also I tried to review the artwork and the cover, and I just felt like this just really didn't make any sense after I got through with the title, the pink. So I'm gonna leave that alone. The next letdown for me was Night Bitch. Now, this was a huge trendy book. If you're not familiar, I don't have a cover because I did check it out from my local library, but it's got like a red cover with a big stake on it. And it's basically about this mother who essentially turns into a dog. And it was intriguing. It's not that I wasn't interested in the story. It was just messy in some ways. And I understood the message at the end of the book. I just felt like I was more connected with the main character and her circumstance in the beginning of the book, where at the end I just could not care anymore. So that was that. Now, my tops for the month, coming in at 5 stars, the best book that I read out of everything this month was Johnny Got His Gun by Dalton Trumbo. Now, if you hear my cats chasing each other, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I have 2 kittens that I rescued last summer. Now they just think they run the show. And I have a Bernese Mountain Dog somewhere. So if you hear the zoomies, that's what it is. Johnny Got His Gun was such a dark, powerful, political read, which really shows the continuation of the horrors that come with war. Oh my God. Sorry. You have the perspective of the main male character who basically is forced into this war, and he pays the ultimate price, and he kind of comes to in the hospital. He's lost really most of his senses, vision, you know, he's eating through a tube, his limbs are just done for, like he is a vegetable essentially. He can't speak. He really is losing it mentally, and he has to find a way to live, and also wants to speak on the imbalance that comes with forcing these young people into these wars. And, you know, is it worth it? What's the cost? And it was so powerful that I ended up also checking out the audiobook because I was curious. This is an older book, and it was also a book that was not supported for many, many years. It's a short read too, and it was only like 7 hours on audio when I checked it out from, I think it was Hoopla. So I love the audiobook even more because I, excuse me, I felt like the narrator did such a good job with evoking the emotion and the feelings, the strife, the pain that this person went through. So I don't want to spoil it, but that was a 5-star read for me. And then the honorables that I have under that are Molka by Monica Kim, fabulous. I ate it up, 4.5 stars. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana, 4.5 stars. Mad Mabel, my book club pick, 4 stars. And I will say that I also really liked Tradwife by Saratoga Schaefer. I did rate it at 3.75 stars, but I will say I have not stopped thinking about the book, and I might end up trying to find the audio just to listen to it and get a different perspective, because it could very well be higher than 3.75 stars. It was just, from my perspective of reading it, I felt like it was so engrossing in the most insane, dark, twisted, yet relatable ways as a mother, as someone who has lived that lifestyle. I still think about the book. So I would definitely recommend Tradwife, Mad Mabel, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, Molka, Johnny Got His Gun. And I will say that 2.75 stars was the absolute lowest I rated any of the books. So every book on my list, I would still recommend. It's just a matter of personal preference and whether or not you're nitpicky like me. So that is my wrap up. Remember to support your local library. Try your best, even if it's audiobooks, even if it's, you know, video games, physical media. Just get a library card, check it out. You'll be surprised at how much you have access to.